Hi, my name is Vexter, and this is the second part of my orangutan tutorial. If you haven't seen the previous one, just pause this one, go to the other one, and then come back. Today we're gonna add some fur, and I'm gonna show you two different ways how to do that.
And now I'm gonna show you how to apply fur. You can sculpt fur, you can add fur. It really depends, are you 3D printing your model or you're gonna just do some kind of digital art. So I'm gonna first show you what I would do if I'm not sculpting everything for 3D printing. So I'm gonna just mask this area and then I'm gonna hit Lightbox and I'm gonna go into fibers and I'm gonna pick this short wavy, double click, and you can see that it's applied to the model and it kind of looks cute, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna adjust that by going into fiber mesh tab, and there are a lot of options and we're not gonna go through them. I'm just gonna show you quickly how you can add length, more hair, adjust it differently. It's really a lot of experimentation, and when I apply this, when I click on accept, we're gonna have even more fun with it. But I'm gonna quickly reduce the amount of fibers for the sake of this tutorial, and yeah, this this looks kind of okay, so I'm just gonna accept it. And you can see now that I have another subtool, and it's only with those fibers. And now we can actually tweak them even more. So if you pick any of these brushes here, you can do something with it. So we're gonna groom short hair. You can see you can make changes on top of it. So just imagine you can add a lot of fibers on top of the head, and then you can basically comb the hair in a way however you want. So that's one of the neat features of ZBrush. But like I said, if you're going with 3D printing, then you actually need to sculpt your fur on top. And I'm gonna use one technique where basically I'm gonna just duplicate the head, and I'm gonna shrink down the head a little bit. So I'm gonna click on the move tool, on the scale tool, and just make everything slightly smaller, so the smaller model goes inside. And I'm gonna probably have to adjust some areas with the move tool, but it's really hard to see the difference, so I've pressed Shift F, which turns the wireframe for only the subtool that's selected, and now I can easily see what is coming out of the model. And there's also another option that we can use. So let me quickly adjust this. Okay, so we can go into the formation, and let me hide everything. You can go to inflate, but go into negative, and it's gonna make the model shrink itself a little bit. So now I'm almost certain that there will be no leaking into another model. So now I still have the inside model selected, the one that is basically hidden, and I'm gonna use clay buildup to just start adding more clay to that one. And you can see that how I'm using that to basically make just rough shapes where the fur is gonna be. And trust me, this is a really great thing, because you're not affecting your original sculpt in any way. And if you decide to change some stuff, you can always just duplicate another head again make it smaller and apply details. For example, I'm doing King Kong diorama right now, and I have changed for I think 4 or 5 times already. And if I just apply that to my original mesh, I would have a problem. Like I would have to search for some older save games, and in the meantime I've changed so many other stuff that that would be impossible. I would have to go and start working from scratch, which really wouldn't be a great idea. So now I have applied just basic shapes. Like you can see that I wasn't going for any kind of details. It's just rough thing that we're gonna smooth out and get some nice curves. Now it's time to smooth everything out properly. So I'm holding Shift and smoothing out stuff. I could use sculptures to do that much easier, but this is gonna be fine because I'm just gonna apply a lot of different details on top of that. I could have go into zero measure and lower the amount of polygons there just to have better control, but again, this is gonna be a quick tutorial and I just wanna show you quickly what you can do. So I'm gonna quickly change the color of subtool. To apply that, you need to go into color and click on fill object. One thing that is confusing everyone is it looks like everything is changed and painted in that color, but if you go into the slider and move it all the way up, you will see that only the subtool that was selected has the actual color applied. So now I'm gonna use one of the tools that people don't like that much. It's I think it's pronounced rake, and basically I use it in a specific way, because if you just use the default version, and I'm gonna quickly show you how that works, it's not gonna look great. Like you will see a lot of steps and weird cuts. It just looks awful. But if you lower the intensity, then it's gonna look much better. It's not gonna look that ugly. And keep in mind that again I'm gonna smooth stuff, and I'm just applying these for variation for different texture look. And also I like to use it because towards the edges you can really do different variation that it's gonna look nice. Also you can get online a bunch of different brushes for the hair, for the fur, which work also great. And you can apply them in the same way as we applied textures on top of this orangutan's face. Another tool that I like to use is also Damp Standard. It also makes the huge difference, and with a different combination of intensity and size you can make a bunch of nice variations. There are few mistakes that you can see here, but they will soon be gone, but because I'm now smoothing out everything, and you can see there are just tiny parts that have actually stayed. And later I'm gonna use this rake tool more aggressive. I'm gonna use bigger strokes like that, and I'm following all the lines that I've made with clay buildup, because you constantly need to go with the same stroke, because if I start doing something that's going the other way around, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna bend in different ways, and some of these mistakes we're gonna quickly fix by smoothing out stuff. I don't know why actually that happens, but if you go on top of that again, you can quickly fix it. We're gonna smooth everything a little bit more. Okay. And we're gonna go even more aggressive on this area. And here you can see that variation I was talking about. I'm holding Alt and releasing while I'm doing strokes, and you can see the power of this brush actually. And again, and I don't know how many times I repeated that, you just do everything until you're actually satisfied. There's a bunch of trials and errors in that. You can see that I'm having a lot of gaps there that we're gonna fix in the next part when I start coming back to some areas, and you can even like add parts wherever you want, but we're not gonna keep that. So again, I'm smoothing out and I'm actually adding clay on some areas, again with much more aggressive strokes. Sometimes, and this is just an idea, sometimes I'm even adding separate subtools only for you know, just some chunks of hair that I want to control easily later. And I'm gonna adjust the beard, or whatever that thing should be called, because it needs to be a little bit bigger. And you can see that I'm not using symmetry at all anymore at this point. Again, it's great for the variation. Done. Okay, actually I'm gonna remove these. I don't know why I did those. Yep. And that's how I do these kind of models in ZBrush. I really hope you have liked this tutorial and that I was able to teach you something new. Like I said, whatever you do, just keep working on it until you're satisfied. Sometimes it's great to take a break, which I'm gonna do right now. Go out for an hour, come back, and you will see all the mistakes on your model and what you can fix. And that's gonna make your model even better. Anyway, thank you for watching this, and I wish you all a really great day. Bye.